letter that I received from Mr. David Wills, who was the chairman of the Cemetery Commission from Gettysburg. Mr. Wills was a judge in Gettysburg. And so when I received the letter, it was a very short, concise, to the point, and said that basically we want you to dedicate the cemetery in a few appropriate remarks. But you see, I also learned myself through other sources that the Cemetery Commission did not even want to invite me. They thought it was beyond the presidency, and that they had Mr. Edward Everett, who was the greatest orator in this nation at that time. And Mr. Edward Everett spoke for 2 hours. I was privy to a copy of his speech prior to that time, and so I knew that in my few appropriate remarks, I need not say one single word about the battle. Mr. Everett would cover every single moment of the battle for all 3 days, and indeed he did. It is remarkable that on the train going to Gettysburg, it was a special train, and on that train it was hot inside because there were so many people in it, even though November was a little bit cold. November the 18th, I departed from Washington, D.C. for Gettysburg, arriving there at supper time. And as we had supper and talked, I eventually went to my room, where I finished writing those few appropriate remarks. Contrary to what some of you may have heard in the story going around Washington, I did not write those few appropriate remarks on the train. I wrote them in my office, on my own executive office stationery. When I went to my room and finished that last sentence, which I just could not seem to finish before, very meticulously I had put those words together. That morning at 4 o'clock in the morning on the 19th, I went next door and I woke up my Secretary of State, Mr. Seward. 4 o'clock! And I said, I want you to go with me on the battlefield for a tour. I already had the horse and buggy. All he had to do was get dressed. He was a little